Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of movies, TV shows, and literature. Are you ready to shake things up? I know I am. You may call me Luke Garou, and we are here to feast on my opinions of all things movie, TV, and book. Now, before I tell you what topic we're dealing with, I want to give a big shout out to Shaylee Bear, because instead of watching the movie and taking the cop out, I got a copy of Anne of Green Gables to read for your enjoyment. And to procure my copy, I went to a fun little shop called Maggie Mae's Kids Bookshop, Books and Gifts. Their website will be in the description below, because they are a cute little shop and they're just moving locations to a bigger building. So props to them. Now, it's that time of the month. It's another glorious full moon or near werewolf movie. Yes, I know. 3 months, now 4 months in a row, there's been a werewolf movie. Well, that's because every moon has a month. Every month has a full moon. So werewolves aren't just for Halloween. Awesome. Now, this one is a coming of age meets werewolf movie about a 16-year-old girl who was very late for her age with her monthly cycle. Her younger sister, I'm tired. Her younger sister, who is 15, also hasn't started. Her problems begin all at once, because lo and behold, on the very day she starts her very first cycle, a werewolf decides she should be his partner, and all chaos breaks loose. And for those of you who don't know, this is Ginger Snaps. This is a fun little female protagonist meets female antagonist werewolf. It's a sister movie. It's a social commentary movie. And it is also very morbid. Ginger and her sister Bridget find it very fun to act like things are dead and dying, usually themselves. And Ginger Snaps is a fitting name, because 16-year-old Ginger, her psyche snaps. And she goes from, I want to be dead by 16 because my town is so boring, to, I'm a werewolf and I'm going to murder everybody. That's a big contrast. But it also casts a light on development and high school in a way you don't normally see. Ginger and Bridget live in a little town called Bailey Downs. This is a boring, sleepy little town where, if it weren't for the beast of Bailey Downs chewing on the neighborhood dogs, there would be nothing exciting going on. Now, neither Ginger nor Bridget have any interest in dating, or boys, or girls for that matter. They are completely opposed to the idea of sex, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing that they have them. Stay away from me. That's gross. The problem comes when, after Ginger is mauled, her no interest in sex and boys is shot out the window with a rocket launcher. She becomes the school whore in a matter of weeks. And the fact that it coincides with the start of her monthly cycle is implying that just because a girl has a menstrual cycle, she's going to become a whore. Because little sister Bridget still hasn't had her cycle and is still not interested in boys. Not a lesson we should be teaching people. Definitely should not be a lesson to teach anybody. Whether a girl has a menstrual cycle or not has no bearing on whether or not she's sexually active or even attracted to men. That is like so sad. Because I'm sure there are asexual people out there who have completely normal monthly cycles and are still just like, yeah, no, I can leave it. And I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who don't have a regular or even a monthly cycle that are like, ooh, sex, give me. So that is like the one downside to ginger snaps. It's unconsciously saying that once a girl starts her cycle, she instantly wants boys, she instantly wants sex, and she becomes a monster. They make that metaphor by turning her into a werewolf who attacks once a month over the lunar cycle. Now, granted, there was an old belief that a girl's menstrual cycle always syncs up with the cycles of the moon. No, that don't happen. Do you know how many women would love to be able to set their clocks like that? Oh, the full moon is in 3 days. I'm going to start my cycle in 3 days. There are women who would pay money to have that consistency. But then on a blue moon, they'd have 2 cycles a month, which, gross. I still have my cycles. That's why I say gross. They're a mess. But not only does she want the boys and she wants the chaos, she starts to become self-destructive. As in, she's engaging in riskier behaviors. She was trying drugs for the first time. She was, well, hell, pardon, spoilers. She flat out killed someone. Accidentally, mind, but she set up the scenario that this person died. Bridget, the whole time, is still the level-headed Ginger. It's the werewolf. Ginger, you need to control it. I mean, Bridget tries to manage Ginger's condition, and when she fails, she decides, again, major spoilers, if you can't beat them, join them. So she enacts their old little pack. Together forever. Out of this town or out by 16, together forever. Or something like that. And she takes a penknife, diagonally cuts her hand, cuts Ginger's hand, and they do a blood transfusion, literally making Bridget a werewolf. Like I said, again, major spoilers, but massively important because later on in this new year, because it is 2023, that we are doing this video. I will be covering Ginger Snaps 2, which is all about Bridget. Now, technical difficulties. Much Bridget turns herself into a werewolf. But Bridget isn't the only lycanthropic victim Ginger makes. Her first unintentional victim is the first guy she shags, which, novel way to do a take of becoming a werewolf. You just have to shag one. Never heard of that before. Unless they're implying sometime during the act she bit him, even though it was nowhere near the full moon, which is when, according to most lore, the curse can be spread.
Okay.
My camerawoman brought up a very interesting point. Because it was Ginger's first time ever, and she was being rather aggressive, she probably ripped her hymen, which is a squishy little scrunchy of a membrane anyway, and easily ripped. She probably bled on him. And, well, that's another way to transfer the virus, or curse, however you want to put it. So, my dear viewers, have you seen Ginger Snaps? Do you want to see Ginger Snaps? Personally, I still love this movie, even though it is a horrible metaphor for a woman's menstrual cycle, because it's still a very unique and fun take on the werewolf genre. Let me know in the comments. Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? As some of my other favorite YouTubers say, just because I'm telling you to like and subscribe doesn't mean you're probably going to. I would love it if you did. These are my opinions. Feel free to disagree. And remember, kindness is the key to understanding. So be kind to me. Be kind to each other in the comments. Find the like button and tend to whatever injuries he may have received. Rescue the subscribe button from zombies, and have a great evening. Bye.